Hey there everybody, it's Jamie here and a very warm welcome to your To Travel blog Jamie. I'm currently on a 3-night voyage on board the beautiful Disney Magic. We're sailing from Port Everglades, Fort Lauderdale to the Bahamas and back again, and in this episode I'm going to show you around my inside cabin. That sounds so thrilling, doesn't it? I'm going to make it really exciting. Are you ready for this? Let's do this. And welcome everybody to Disney Magic, one of soon to be 8 ships in the fleet as from December 2025. Choose from an interior, ocean view, balcony or suite. At 27 years of age, Disney Magic is the original ship in the fleet. Let's start location. This is the aft stairwell, and as you can see we've got 4 elevators here. Let me just show you this map so you get a good sense as to where we are. My cabin / stateroom is 7631, as you can see, currently here, and it's all the way to the aft starboard side. Right, follow me. I've got my key to the world cruise card at the ready. We are heading for the very aft of the ship. Using Disney's own deck plans, let's have a look at the location of this stateroom. If you're prone to any kind of motion sickness, a forward or aft cabin may not be for you. Go midship. 7631 has passenger cabins above and below, so I'm hoping it's a quiet location. Now, for those of you who are unaware, magnets on a Disney cruise, they are big business. And pixie dusting, i.e. leaving treats for other passengers. I mean, I think it's a lovely idea. My magnet game is not so strong on Disney. If I come back, I'm gonna do better, I promise you. Okay, nearly there. That is the very aft of the ship. And here we are. Welcome to cabin 7631. I told you my magnet game is really very poor, and that's because some cheap person on board Morella Cruises stole them all from my door. But before we go in, I need to show you something very exciting. As a cruise fanatic, this made me wet my pants nearly. Look, there's an extra stairwell here at the aft, and it really helps with the flow of passengers. I think it's a great idea. Okay, I am now ready for you. I just want to introduce you to Fanny the fish, by the way. This is where your cabin steward or stewardess will leave any paperwork for you. I think that's a great idea. And if you're thinking this door looks pretty wide, you'd be correct. I have been given an accessible cabin. Okay, let's tap to enter and welcome everybody. Oh, hark, I can hear all those questions. Jamie, how on earth did you end up with an accessible cabin? Because you don't need one. And you would be correct. I booked this cruise on a guaranteed basis, which essentially means I had to pay for it outright. It meant I saved money, and the cabin was assigned to me just a couple weeks ago. So when my cabin number was made available, very excitedly went onto the internet, found a deck plan, and was hugely surprised to see, first of all, the size of the cabin, but also the fact that it is an accessible cabin. I don't know the logistics and the ins and outs of why it was assigned to me and not someone else or someone who needed it. I cannot answer that question. Maybe it was just going available. So here's how today's cabin tour and review is going to work. A little bit different from the norm. First of all, I'm going to do my usual sarky, salty cabin tour for you. And then after that, I'm going to try and show you some of the features of the accessible elements of this cabin. And of course, I'm not an expert when it comes to accessibility, and I don't know if this would suit your needs if you're looking for an accessible cabin. I'm just going to show you what I think would be of use. Okay, enough yada yada yada, let's do this. Well, if you've watched me for some time, that sounds dodgy, doesn't it? You'll know that I have a thing about floor space, especially as someone who often sails in inside cabins to keep costs down. I mean, I'm really spoiled for space in here, as you can see, and I know, yes, accessible cabin, you would expect this. I wasn't expecting to be in this cabin, so it's a real treat for me. Okay, let's start with the bedroom area, as I like to call it. and it's a very comfortable space indeed. I'm loving the denim blue headboard. Yes, you can headbang that if you want all night long. I've slept brilliantly in here. This is a super comfy bed. Love the linen, love the pillows, very plush indeed. And let's head around the narrower side. As you can see, there's still a good amount of floor space here, and it does narrow over here. We've got two bedside shelves and drawers, as you can see, and just under this shelf there are two Northern American outlets. You can operate the lamps from here, and they are bloody gorgeous lamps. Look at this. Disney cruise ships around the world. As I said, gorgeous colour. You know blue's my favourite colour, don't you? You don't? Well, no, you do. And angles and perspectives are, of course, everything, my darlings. Now, directly in front of the bed, you have a TV. It's not a great size TV, but it's very maneuverable, so you can pull that a little bit closer. I'm not sure what the purpose is of doing this, but you can have hours of fun with it, I'm sure. I will talk to you about TV channels a little bit later. Down here, we have our fridge, and I'm very pleased that Disney Cruise Lines still offer in stateroom, in cabin fridges as well. I know some other cruise lines have started removing theirs. We don't like that. Directly above, we have a good sized cupboard actually with two shelves, and look how much room there is in these. Fabulous. We love a bit of storage space, don't we? Now then, to the other side of this super comfy bed. Well, we have another shelf, telephone if you want to get hold of, I don't know, guest services, housekeeping, order some room service. As you can see down here, we have another Northern US outlet and another drawer. Can you fit your luggage under the bed? Well, mine's quite a small case and it fits perfectly. If yours is bigger, maybe you would need to butterfly it and slide that under, but otherwise, plenty of storage space underneath that bed. Honorable mention to some of the wall art in here as well. Look, we have a Pirates of the Caribbean adventure map by artist John Horney, and I'm so immature that's making me giggle. John Horney. Over here we have a sofa bed. So this is a 3-berth cabin. Table here, not too heavy. It is maneuverable. I've had some fabulous towel art. I'm not sure what this is. Is it a pirate? Is it Ursula the Sea Witch? By the way, the eyes come out. Look, chocolates. I think it's fabulous. Well done, crew. You are super talented. I wouldn't know where to start with this. Comfy sofa plus classic lyrics to a traditional song. A dream is a wish your heart makes. Oh, it's gonna make me cry. I'll be honest with you, I'm not really sure about the relevance of this wall art, but I appreciate the beach vibe scene. Now down here, look at my little goodies. I am indeed a Disney Vacation Club member. It's basically a very posh, very flexible timeshare with Disney. I've had it for years. So when I arrived, I had this gorgeous lanyard, which is probably going to end up as a giveaway on Instagram. Follow me there, Travel Blog Jamie. And this gorgeous bag, which is coming super useful. This pirate's headscarf slash bandana, every guest is given one of these for their pirates themed evening. Take a look at this. Just awesome. I mean, I'm trying to get into the spirit of things. I really am. All right. Angles and perspectives. What do you think so far, folks? I mean, obviously, as somebody traveling solo, I feel like I've got oodles of space here. AC unit, the temperature in here is fabulous. It really is. I'll talk about this a little bit later. Down here, it's almost like a walk-in closet, isn't it? We have more storage space. First of all, we've got our vanity area slash workstation. Use it how you see fit. Hey everybody. gorgeous little puff down here. We love a nice puff, don't we? And a number of drawers. This is a good size. We've got a hairdryer there. Yes, I shall do a hairdryer test for you. Oh, pantyhose, rah, rah, rah. And as you can see, a decent amount of storage space there. Now look at all these outlets and USB ports. I'll let you count for yourself, but I don't think you're going to have an issue when it comes to charging those devices in this particular cabin. 4 Disney glasses over here on this gorgeous silver tray, and over here our wardrobe space. Let's check this out. Well, there's a large shelf at the top with your life vests, storage space here, hanging space here, somewhere for, I don't know, your pantyhose, your underwear, your shoes, your bras, your whatever's there, or maybe a bag. And on the right hand side we've got more hanging space, and yes, I'm hanging up my vests. I don't care what you think about that, I don't. There's a shelf here, your in-cabin safe, 2 more shelves. There's a little space here as well, which is where I've managed to tuck my rucksack. Now you may well be thinking there doesn't seem to be a huge amount of storage space in this cabin, and you would be correct. However, the majority of Disney cruises are for 3 or 4 nights. They're also very casual, so you don't need to be bringing jackets and tuxedos and all that sort of jazz. And your angles and perspectives from all the way up here. Fabulous space. Let's check out the all-important bathroom. I'm coming back to that, don't you worry. Very wide door, as you can see. Again, with accessibility in mind, this is a very open plan bathroom. This is not what they look like in these standard cabins. So we've got, oh my goodness me, we've got water dripping. I'm sorry about that environment. We've got a sink basin with a good amount of shelf space around that. Love the Disney sea salt hand soap and Disney sea salt body lotion. It's gorgeous. I literally put it all over me, all the time, and I eat it. No, don't do that. Now, one thing you may have noticed about this accessible bathroom is that we don't have shelves and storage space up on the walls, which makes perfect sense. However, I feel like they could have afforded to install something perhaps a bit lower down. Certainly a good size mirror here, and we do have a shavers only point. I always say, why shavers only? What about my electric toothbrush? Don't leave that one out. Come on, inclusivity. Towels higher up and lower down as well. Oh, and this is where you're gonna put your 1 cheek, 2 cheeks, rah, rah, rah. Please don't get sucked in, no, no, no. You get spat out into the ocean. The all-important toilet test. How much room is in front of us when we sit on the john? Ooh, I mean, oodles, like the most I've ever had, probably. And yes, toilet paper right here. No stretching behind and pulling muscles and that kind of jazz. No. Oh look, thank you for that, cabin steward. And thank goodness for a metal toilet brush and not a plastic-orama piece of nonsense. Right, accessible shower. First of all, this is not the most powerful of showers, but it's super hot if you want it to be. I'm enjoying that very much. Disney products galore. We've got sea salt body wash, sea marine conditioner, and sea marine shampoo. They are gorgeous. I haven't used my own products once. Now then, we've got a washing line here, and it's probably the longest I've ever had in a cabin ever. Whee! Oh, and this made me laugh. Again, I know I'm very childish. Look, pull out line, slip knob into bracket on wall opposite. This is a knob, apparently. Now, the question of how many people you can fit in this shower is very tricky in this particular bathroom. If you decide that these sort of drain areas are the cut-off point to the shower, you probably get 3.5 people in there. However, why be limited? Fill the whole space, my darlings. You get about 10 people in here then. Now, there's a clingy curtain here that does go all the way around. Now, I can't actually think of any reason you would need to do that. Because you're not stopping the water from going anywhere. It's going to be on the floor anyway, and this drain works perfectly, by the way. It's not going beyond that. Unless you want to not see somebody on the other side, maybe. That would be the only reason. More the merrier. Get them in. Oh, and I forgot to mention, look at this, a makeup towel. I love it. I actually used that towel last night to try and get off some of this eyeliner for my pirate costume. I couldn't remove it all. Ladies, I don't know how you do it. And gents who wear eyeliner all the time, I don't know how you do it. I would have had more luck pulling out my own eyeballs. If you fancy a lazy start to the day, why not get yourself a little room service breakfast? You need to complete this and leave it outside your cabin by 3 a.m. Now, this is quite a limited menu. As you can see, it's mostly continental offerings. My advice would be to fill your boots with this and then maybe head up to the buffet or go to the restaurant for a table service breakfast after. Room service breakfast is included in your cruise fare. You don't need to pay a tray charge. However, I would strongly recommend you have some dollars at the ready to tip your deliverer. Is that even a word? Deliverer, the person who delivers. You understand what I mean, don't you? The Disney deliverer. Oh, and 24-hour room service is also available. Again, included in your cruise fare. Let's check out that menu. You're allowed as many items as you wish delivered to you, so I'd recommend you absolutely fill those Wellington boots. Any boots you may have nearby, just fill them, all of them, right up to the top. All right, let's try out this hairdryer. And one thing that I think is great, look, they have a heated styling tools protection mat as well. I think that's a fabulous idea. You have no idea how exciting this particular hairdryer is to me. It's got a retractable cable. I haven't seen one of these before. Ooh. Alrighty, we got 3 speed settings. There are no heat settings, so I'm just gonna go straight to the top of the pile, okay? Are you ready for this? That's like a hurricane, and a hot one at that. That is scorcher. It does have a cooling button, and I'm telling you, you're gonna need it. That is hot. Right, I'm assuming that button is used to retract this cable. Let's see, shall we? Oh! Oh my god, that's the best ever. Real laundry talk. There's a laundry service on board, which I'll show you shortly. Plus, there are self-serve laundrettes. Have a look at the one closest to me. When you wish upon a star, you'll find a laundrette is not too far. Excuse me, sorry about that. Roll up, roll up. Yes, get your detergent, your soap softeners here. Do we call those conditioners in England? I think we do. And look at the size of these bad boys and bad girls. $3 to use them by the looks of it, and you can use contactless payment. If you would rather somebody else do the work for you, well, you'll find your laundry bag and all the prices for your items in your cabin. I always get bored filming this. It's important to show you though, surely. It is, isn't it? Some of the features of your television. We have oodles of TV channels, Disney On Demand, that will not come as a surprise to you, information about your cruise, ports of call, and the Daily Navigator. Well, it's like your daily newsletter telling you about all the things taking place around the ship. In terms of the Disney On Demand feature, I'm telling you now, there are oodles of films to choose from. But yes, we are talking Disney specials here. Some of the important channels, by the way, that's David, our cruise director. So he's on every morning and on a loop, explaining to you what's taking place around the ship each day. There is the bridge view, which I think is always very important if you've got an inside cabin, just so you can see what's going on outside, what the weather's doing, what the sea conditions are like. There's a bridge report as well, also very handy indeed if you want to know things like sunrise, sunset, your next port of call, times, temperatures, etc. And there's also a map showing you where you are. And finally, some of the accessible features of this cabin that may be of use to you. Now, this door will actually open automatically without having to use the handle. And then it closes after, I don't know, about 30 seconds. So you've got time to get in here. And look, whilst it's open, everyone can have a little peep inside. I had someone having a perv yesterday, actually. And there she goes. Boom. Now, the other night, it was very unfortunate that I had just come out of the shower. I wasn't wearing anything. And I just thought, what the hell is that? So I did this and I was mortified, stark bollock naked, and that happens. However, I do see the importance of having this here as well. Goes without saying, there's obviously more floor space here for wheelchair users, and the bed is lower down than in other standard cabins. The drawers over here are low down, and on the left hand side of our wardrobe, the railing is lower down. It did surprise me that there's no sensor to open the door to the bathroom automatically. Obviously there's a lot of floor space here and the open plan shower. We also have this bench here in the shower, although it is quite heavy. I've noticed a couple of these emergency pull cords in the stateroom, although you need to contact your cabin steward or stewardess to activate those. We also have these handrails around the outside of this bathroom and on the main door as well. Now, if you are someone who relies on accessible features in your cabin / stateroom, I'd love to hear from you as to whether this would work for you. Indeed, other features that I haven't picked up on that would be helpful to you in this cabin. Now, I felt very little motion, even though I'm at the very aft of this ship. However, the sea conditions have been very favourable as well. If you are sensitive to motion and seasickness, you probably want to go more midship than aft. Just saying. Hashtag just saying. And there you have it, folks. An accessible inside cabin here on board Disney Magic. What do you think? As always, drop those comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget, in this series, I also feature 2 nights in Fort Lauderdale prior to embarking Disney Magic, and of course, that full experiential vlog covering everything I get up to on board and ashore in the Bahamas. Take care. I'll see you on the horizon. Mwah. Thank you for your support as we now head towards 41,000 subscribers. Today's shout outs go to my gorgeous tiers 3, 4 and 5 patrons. And oh my goodness, yes, you too could become a patron. Just search patreon.com/travelblogjamie. For your personalized video messages, just search cameo.com/travelblogjamie. We can also follow each other on Facebook, Jamie W. Robbins, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky at TravelBlogJamie, and of course, my darlings, right here, right now on YouTube.